All right, let's just jump right into it. Today, we're talking about something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but, well, it's already happening. It's called the algorithmic self. We're going to unpack how AI isn't just changing the world around us, it's actually changing who we are on a fundamental level.
Just let that hang in the air for a minute. We're not talking about some far-off, distant future here. 2027 is right around the corner. And this quote, it just nails the core idea we're tackling today, that our sense of self, the very thing we think is ours, might be, well, quietly slipping out of our hands.
And really, this is the big question, right? This isn't about some cheesy sci-fi movie mind control. No, it's way more subtle than that. Think about it. A little nudge here, a suggestion there. What if the thoughts you think are yours, the most private internal parts of you, are actually being co-written by an algorithm?
So, okay, what is this thing called? The sources we're looking at today give it a name, and it's the algorithmic self. Let's actually dig into what that means. And pay close attention to the wording here. It doesn't just say influenced, it says fundamentally reshaped. That's a huge deal. It implies a deep, almost structural change to who we are, all because of these digital worlds that are being custom built around each and every one of us. So, how does this actually work? Well, according to the sources, it's a mix of three really powerful things. First, you've got predictive analytics. That's basically AI trying to guess what you're going to do next. Then there are the personalized digital ecosystems. You know, your TikTok feed, your Netflix recommendations, the stuff that creates a whole reality just for you. And the last one, human-computer symbiosis. It's this idea that we're not just using our devices anymore, we're kind of merging with them. Okay, so you've got these three big ideas, but how do they actually, change us? How does this all go from being a cool theory to something that has a real impact on your life and mine? This is a really critical point. For so long, we've thought of computers as just tools, right? Like a hammer. You pick it up, you use it, you put it down. But that's not what we're talking about anymore. This is something more like the weather. It's just there, a constant force that's always shaping the world around you. And because of that, it's shaping you. And this comparison here really spells it out. On one side, you've got the classic idea of you. You have thoughts, you live your life, you make a choice. Simple. But then look at the other side. Now there's a new ingredient in that recipe. It's the algorithm, and it's constantly pushing you one way or another based on a version of you that it's built, a version that might honestly know you better than you know yourself.
And the thing is, this isn't a one-time deal. It's a constant loop. Every single click, every like, even how long you pause on a photo, it's all data. That data then gets used to build this little bubble, this digital world just for you. And once you're living in that bubble, well, of course it's going to guide your decisions. It's this powerful feedback cycle that's running 24/7, and most of the time, you don't even see it. So let's circle back to that date we started with, because it's kind of jarring. We're not talking about some sci-fi fantasy set in the year 2100. The folks writing this stuff are basically screaming that this is a right now problem.
And this next quote, wow, it really amps things up. It's saying that the changes are coming so fast and are so weird that we might not even be able to wrap our heads around them. The old lines we used to draw, they're just fading away.
First up, your decisions. Think about it. The movies you're shown, the news articles that pop up, they've all been pre-sorted, ranked, and filtered by an AI before you even get a chance to look. Then it moves on to your interactions. The algorithms are basically your social director now. They decide which friends' posts you see, who you should connect with. Heck, they're even suggesting what you should write back in your texts. And finally, this is the big one. It redefines your very essence. I mean, if your choices are being guided and your relationships are being curated, after a while, doesn't that start to change what you believe, who you fundamentally are? Which brings us right back to this number, 2027. This isn't just some random year. It feels more like a deadline, forcing us to wake up and see the change that's happening as we speak. And all of this, it really boils down to one last huge question, one that might not even have an answer. If our identity is being co-written, who or what is holding the other end of the pen? So, that's the thought I'm going to leave you with. In this world where a digital version of you is constantly being built and shown back to you, how much of you is actually genuinely you? And how much is the version the algorithm wants you to be? Is there any part left that's completely untouched?